The obesity problem is more than a problem. It's a catastrophe. Matter of fact, a catastrophe is something you usually can't control and is out of your hands. This shit right here is suicide. People are literally killing themselves. You know, the fact that obesity is killing you slowly isn't even the case anymore. Obesity is taking the people out in their 40s now, man. Well, let's get down to the bottom of this problem. Contrary to popular belief, America isn't the most obese country in the world. That title is held by a small island country named Nauru with a population of around 10,000, with 61% of the adult population being obese. Nauru, N-A-U-R-U, so I don't know. I guess that's how it's pronounced. America is the 12th obese country among the adult population, so I'm not going to go into heavy detail about the 11 countries in front of it, but just know all of them except for one has a population of less than 200,000. That one is Kuwait, which is number 11, but we'll get back to Kuwait in a second. Out of the other 10, 4 of them have a population in between 100,000 and 200,000, which means the remaining 6 average a population of around 18,000, with one of those countries' population being under 1,200. Hope I don't lose you with all that math. You know, I'm a guy that passed math in high school to fucking 65, man. But anyways, what does all of that mean? Well, the size of those countries, both in square miles and population, is very minimal. Most of them are islands, and for the larger ones are more likely retirement destinations. Kuwait actually has a significant population with 4.3 million. Now the US got a whopping population just under 333 million, with 36% of the adult population being obese. In comparison with other countries of the same population size, America's obesity issue is laughable, but this ain't no laughing matter. It's atrocious. Population-wise, the closest country to the US for a population of over 200 million, way down at 82nd place with an adult obesity population of 22.10% is Brazil. The next country with a population close to the US is Nigeria with a population of over 200 million. But they're on the opposite side of the spectrum with an adult obesity population of 8.9%, putting them in the top 50 on the good side of the scale. So basically, that tells you by comparison of similar populations, the US is dead last. Dead fucking last. Hands down, the fattest country. Call it what it is. The country with the least obesity, you ask? Vietnam, with a whopping 2.10% of the adult population being obese. Now that doesn't mean that Vietnam is the skinniest or most healthiest, but damn it, if you last on the fat list, then basically that's the healthiest country in my opinion. Bangladesh with a population of over 165 million is second. India with a population of over 1.3 billion. Let me say that again. 1.3 billion is fourth. China with over 1.4 billion. I repeat, 1.4 billion is 24th. Ethiopia with over 117 milli is 8th. Do these countries sound like they have something in common? Yep. They're in either Asia or Africa. In fact, the healthiest or least obese countries are mostly all in Asia and Africa. I don't really consider India Asia, but whatever. So, why is America so fat? As a certified personal trainer and health professional, I'll tell you that exercise has something to do with it, but not as much as you think. Exercise builds muscle and stamina. Of course, by default, if muscle is being built, then the fat that is present is being pushed out or burned. But you know what the real culprit is. Yep, you do. It looks good, doesn't it? Look at you. I bet your mouth is watering right now. Well, stop it. You know what? Pause this video and do some goddamn jumping jacks. Can you do 12 without getting out of breath? What you eat for breakfast, man? What you eating for dinner tonight, girl? Food is making you obese. It's simple as that. Food is supposed to be used for energy to make it through the day, not to live your life in a constant state of gluttony, eating better than all the ancient goddamn kings combined. Then you wonder why your ass is suffering from King's disease at 30. In 2021, we know what King's disease is. It's gout. We now know that gout and arthritis comes from eating all those damn acidic foods, eating away at your joints every day. Since you've been eating this fucking shit since you was probably like 2. There's a reason why most kings were fat and or obese, when obesity was mostly a new thing and a first world country thing. You know what else we know today? When you live your life eating like a king and become obese, obesity's best friend comes knocking at your door. The unwanted relative that annoys the fuck out of you, showing up when you least expect it, and won't leave when you want them to. Diabetes. Diabetes is its own fucking video, man, because it leads to various other health problems, from heart problems to arthritis, kidney failure, blindness. Unless you think you can perform at the level of Ray Charles, you don't want to be blind. Now, the states with the highest obesity rates all are in the same part of the country, the Southeast. The country, the Deep South, Dirty South, whatever you want to call it. The top 5 most obese states are Mississippi, which is number 1, West Virginia, Arkansas, which is Arkansas, but whatever, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Kentucky. Better yet, 8 of the top 10 most obese states all reside in the Southeast. So if you are from Cambodia and move to Alabama, chances are you and your kids will eventually become obese. The top least obese states, or skinniest state, well, it's not a state at all. It's DC, the District of Columbia, followed by Colorado and Hawaii. Notably, Cali and New York are in the top 10 least obese states. Now, race is a touchy topic today, but it's only touchy if you make it touchy. So let's touch it. Blacks in America are the most obese. Point blank, period. It's not really a surprise. Hispanics are right behind, with whites in third, and also not surprised, Asians being the least obese. Let's just point out that Asians continue their good eating habits. A lot of Asians just don't eat American food. The same is true for a lot of Africans and Indians. I watched a documentary on food. Well, I watched a lot of food docs. And in most Asian countries, the veggies are the star of the dish. Unlike in America, the meat or meats, because some of y'all motherfuckers eat multiple different meats during the same meal. But anyway, in America, the meat is the star and the veggies aren't even the backup. The carbs are. Most American dishes don't even have veggies on the plate. And even if they do, they're probably mostly overcooked, mushy, not that appeasing. Most of the time coming out of a frozen bag or can. In most Asian countries, the veggies are most of the dish, and they are the star. And they're fresh too, cooked very lightly, even if they are cooked. Veggies are best if eaten raw. Sounds nasty, but find a veggie that works for you, man, and stick with it. If that's too much, just start making shakes. That's the first step to fighting obesity. Less eating out, more veggies, less carbs, and exercise doesn't hurt. Exercise becomes more important when you're further along in your health and fitness journey. Now, if you don't remember anything else I said today, remember this. You can't change the world unless you change yourself. And health is wealth, my friend. So pick up those little jewels I just dropped for you, man. I'm out.